People with body modifications, tattoos, piercings, surgical, what did you get done that significantly changed the way your body functions or had an effect on your daily life?
I had a breast reduction when I was 19. I have less back pain and I'm able to wear all kinds of clothes now, which is amazing. The surgeon, however, reattached my nipples too far up on my chest, so I frequently nip-slip.
Scarification. Most of my left side is covered in scars thanks to a wicked car accident. Basically everything from my shoulder to the stump of my left leg. It's easy to see how that could cause body image problems, yeah? So I talked to my tattoo guy and he suggested a fellow he knew to do scarification. So while yeah, the bulk of it is still ugly as sin, I've done what I can to make it my own and turn it into art.
I got heavy arm and chest tattoo work done. I had to invest in a few shirts that cover them for formal occasions, but thankfully I've never had any issues with employers having a problem with them. Other than that, any time I have any sort of allergic reaction, no matter how mild, the lines puff up and itch. Which is so much fun during hay fever season.
Covered in tattoos. Nothing really changed, except I like my body a little more now. Love all the work the artists have done. Though I guess the closest thing to change that happened was when I went back to my small rural hometown to visit. I had at least 15 people tell me I ruined my life and I'll never get a job. Well, I'm a therapist now, so that hasn't been an issue.
Nipple piercings look fantastic, but they get caught on everything, play up with every menstrual cycle, and guys have no idea how to handle them in the bedroom, so usually resort to pulling on them.
I have a mustache tattooed on my pointer finger. The joke being so that I could hold my finger under my nose for an instant mustache. The thing is, I almost never see it on my finger, so I tend to forget I have it. So in the 13 years since, there have been many times that someone across from me starts laughing and I have no idea why. Then either I realize or it's pointed out to me that I'm sitting there with the mustache visible and in close proximity to my nose.
I got rook and orbital piercings in my left ear. It seemed like a fairly minor body mod at the time, but I'm a side sleeper that used to sleep on my left side and I couldn't sleep on that ear for months after getting my piercings. It still feels a bit uncomfortable sleeping on my left side even 4 years later, and sometimes if I sleep on it wrong, especially the orbital, it can flare up and get inflamed for a couple days. Because it changed the side I sleep it, my piercings also influenced how I placed my bedroom furniture in my new place. My sister got daith piercings in both ears and she can't wear earbuds anymore, but she preferred over-the-ear headphones anyway. I, on the other hand, don't wear over-the-ear headphones anymore because they put too much pressure on my orbital piercing. I know these are really minor things, but I wasn't expecting an ear piercing to affect my daily life at all, so I was kind of surprised by how big of an impact they ended up having.
Gynecomastia removal at age 32. Hated my body since 10 years old. Instant self-esteem boost.
I have my tongue split. If I flay them apart like a 5-in-1, touch 1/2 into a spoon of vanilla ice cream and one of chocolate ice cream, I can taste them simultaneously but independently. I am a professional piercer who does kids' ears, and I try to keep my tongue hidden as much as possible from them. When kids do notice and ask why I did that, this is what I tell them. I immediately become unscary again and we are good friends. Also, there are very fun adult things I can do with it.
I have a very distinct leg and back tattoo and I get recognized when I'm out from a distance. It's more than often nice because a lot of people say hello to me.
My nip piercings made my nipples unbearably sensitive, then after I took them out and they healed up, they were desensitized. I had Essure implants and an endometrial ablation when I was 26, and being free from periods, hormonal BC and fear of pregnancy was the best thing I've ever done by a mile.
I got a Charmander tattoo. People keep calling it Charizard. I always act surprised and say I thought it was Blastoise.
Prince Albert I, now sit down to pee.
I had my wisdom teeth pulled and I can't make a silly voice anymore. I used to trap air in my cheek and speak like a chipmunk, now I can't catch any air back there.
My partner had great tits before I knew her. For some reason she got implants. For years afterwards she suffered from silicone poisoning from the implants. She had to have them removed and now she has literally just a nipple, no boobs. She's really devastated over it.
I have both my hands tattooed and I got both hands done in one sitting during a manic episode. The tattoos make no sense and one of them isn't even in the same style as the rest of my tattoos. It hasn't affected my life, I haven't had any trouble getting jobs. The only thing is every time I go out in public someone brings them up and I really hate the tattoos. Also it gives me a small scare sometimes when I go to wash my hands because I forget I have them sometimes.
I got really obese. Now I'm slower moving and am heavier. Worst body modification I've ever done.
Got my cartilage pierced by a friend when it was 15 because my parents wouldn't let me. It ended up getting a bad infection and I found out that I'm allergic to gold.
Hella tattoos. Now people stop assuming I'm a kid, which is really nice. I'm a short guy and I often get mistaken for 14 to 17.
Hiya. I have stretched ears, tattoos, and a conch punch, as well as dyed hair. My only problem I run into is with what I'm studying. I'm studying a form of social work that exclusively focuses on children, youth, and their families. What I run into is the kids loving me because I don't look like a desk jockey about to take them away, but their parents and older workers in the field don't like me because I don't look professional. It doesn't help I'm only 20, and parents older workers in the field tend to look down on that. Those people can suck it. Kids love my Winnie the Pooh tattoo and my stretched ears.
I have a phenomenal woman tattoo on my arm and the ink is raised, so when I'm having a hard time with my anxiety depression I just feel my tattoo and feel a little bit better. It really pulls me out of my head.
Cheek piercings. Had M for 5 years, and they've permanently changed the way my face looks when I smile, in addition to 2 fairly obvious scars. I have dimples now, though, so that's cool.
Got a bunch of tattoos and suddenly women found me attractive.
Had my tonsils removed. They had gotten so big I couldn't eat drink much without my throat hurting. I also had a hard time breathing. I got strep throat and my doctor put me down to get them removed 2 months later. Afterwards it was kinda beep, didn't drink enough water so the incision bled, but it wasn't serious. It basically saved my life. If they had gotten any bigger I probs wouldn't have been able to eat anything. Edit. Spelling.
I've got 3-4 inches gauge holes in my ears. When I was a school bus driver the kids thought they were cool as hell and the younger ones sometimes tried to poke their fingers through them. You've also got to stay on top of keeping them clean or else they'll start to smell like an unwashed belly button.
I had breast implants back in about 2016. I loved them at first but they caused a ton of autoimmune issues for me from about the 2-year mark and made me constantly sick. I eventually got them removed last August and I feel so much better. Now when people I know tell me they're thinking of getting a boob job, I ask them to thoroughly research breast implant illness first. It doesn't happen to everyone but there are thousands of people out there who have been made incredibly poorly by their implants. It doesn't matter which type, or whether they're over or under the muscle, it just seems to be an autoimmune response to the foreign objects.
I have a lot of tattoos. I haven't had anything negative come from them. Except maybe pain and spending too much money lol. I get a lot of attention when I'm out, and people ask me about them, compliment me. All in all I've had a lot of positive interactions as a result.
I just got NFC implants 3 days ago and I am already planning to get more, a payment implant in particular. These things can be really useful. Just scan my arm and my contact info pops up.
I got a tattoo on my bicep. It will always remind me of the unit I served with in the Marine Corps. It got deactivated after I got out so it doesn't exist anymore.
My back knee has always been horrible. So I have Cali tattooed on my back. Others all around. People think most of them mean beep, but really nah, it's beautiful art from various folks. I'm a teacher so I really don't gaff. But if I ever wanted to get back into acting I'm screwed, unless it fits the character.
My right arm is prosthetic.
Got circumcised and had an implant.
May your day be filled with joy and happiness. And please remember to subscribe to Upvote for the best quality content every day.